Yeah.
And we still have
We have our
Billy
speaker.
after that, so we will run out of time.
Ooh, we're in a pinch
And
here.
after that, then I don't know what's happening.
Alrighty, so welcome to my presentation. It's called The Top 10 Ways to Market Recovery Canada. Cool? Who's excited?
Yes!
I know you guys had lunch this afternoon, so you might be a little bit tired, so that's why I wanted to pump you guys up a little bit. So before I share my presentation, I'm not sure if you can see it because it's a little bit faint, but I want to share a little bit of my recovery journey story. Is that okay with you guys? Okay.
Sure. Time to shine.
Okay. Okay, so at recovery, at the meetings, the question always is, Kathy,
Yeah,
it's just it's a bit too noisy.
yeah, sorry.
Okay, so at our recovery club meetings, usually what people say is, when did you start recovery, right? People say, 2 years ago, 40 years ago, last year, last summer. For me, I started recovery from the womb. So what does that mean? So my mom and dad did an arranged marriage from India. They immigrated here to Canada. And then my mom got pregnant. And right from then, my dad was very violent to my mom. And every kid in the womb can sense what's going on. So I grew up from the very conception stage in dysfunctional family, shouting, violence, my mom crying, fighting. So my recovery journey started from the womb. And maybe a lot of other people's is actually from the womb, from childhood trauma, teenage, bullying, young adults, our first breakups, first rejections, bullying, maybe drugs, drinking. So all these issues, right? Getting married and then maybe separating, those kind of things, they all affect us, right? And some of us, we don't come to these group supports. We turn to things like unhealthy support systems, right?
Yeah.
Drinking, drugs, promiscuity, those kind of things to heal ourselves, the brokenness, right? So in university, I actually did my degree in psychology because I wanted to, heal myself and learn about therapy and counseling, and that was my passion. But I didn't actually do a master's and become a counselor. But I went into marketing, so in the last 10 years, I've been doing marketing conferences. So in Vancouver, I've held a whole bunch of conferences, but I also lived in Asia because my wife's Filipino, and I organized conferences in Asia. So Singapore, Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, Bali, and Thailand. So quite a lot of experience in marketing. So unfortunately, a couple of years ago, my wife and me separated. So the last couple of years have been very hard because I've been going through depression, anxiety. So that when I found out about recovery, I joined it mainly to heal myself. And I definitely have found healing. It's been new, right? So I've only been part of the group since this year. And then when I joined in leadership, I wanted to give back, right? Like help others who are going through similar struggles with depression, etc. So I didn't intend to do marketing in terms of being in recovery, but I think this is a perfect fit because there's a need for marketing. That's my passion, and I've gone through my own recovery journey. And I think my recovery journey will start at the womb and end at the tomb. You write that down. Because I'm committed to getting recovered until I die, right? This side of heaven, I'm going to be wounded, right? And I might be 90%, 99% healed. At the tomb is when I'm like finally, fully, 100% healed, recovered. So that's my recovery journey. So I'm going to transition. Yeah, go ahead.
Donna, that's our next t-shirt.
From the womb to the tomb.
Starts from the womb, ends in the tomb.
Write it down, Donna.
I made that up myself too. So I don't have much time. I could obviously talk about marketing for a long time. I could do a whole day. I could do several weeks. But I'm here with you guys indefinitely, so we can still connect on Facebook and Zoom calls and keep the training going, right? So it's not just a 1 day or a 3-day conference where I can share some insights about marketing. So I want to just do a big overview about 10 ways to market, and I want to go really deeper into Facebook and online, because like a few people have said already, that's where the people are already, right? So go where the people are. Fish where the fish are, right? Angela said that.
Fish for the fish.
Yeah. So the number one, so I'm going to talk about the top 10 ways to market, okay? 5 digital ways and 5 physical ways. When I talk about 5 digital ways to market, that's online. And 5 physical ways is offline. So first digital way to market is social media. And within social media, we have the big one,
Facebook.
Facebook. The other ones, anyone want to name them?
Instagram.
Instagram,
TikTok.
TikTok,
Oh, yeah.
any more? Yeah, X, the Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Twitter now renamed X by Elon Musk.
Oh, yeah. YouTube.
We got YouTube, which is definitely a type of social media too. We got podcasts, which is a type of social media as well.
Yeah.
Email marketing, right? We have Snapchat,
Yeah.
TikTok for the younger people who we're trying to reach. We have like Pinterest,
Yeah.
right? So there's a lot of different
That's a
ways.
good idea.
And we can expend the energy widely, or we can go deep, right? Like, so it's really important to go deep on Facebook first, and then go wider. And that's some other platforms. If we're trying to reach professionals, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
If we're trying to reach youth, Snapchat, TikTok, right?
Yeah.
If we're trying to reach females, Pinterest. Not many males are on Pinterest, are you, Billy and Paul? Pinterest?
Such good ideas on there, boys.
Oh.
Pinterest, definitely. So the younger generation, like Instagram or the TikTokers, they're Snapchatters, right? So where are the fish we want to reach, right? So if it's like the younger fish, go to the younger platforms. If it's a professional fish, go to LinkedIn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the social media. So the other way to do it, market online, is things like blogs,
Yeah.
things like
Right.
podcasts, and things like YouTube videos, right? So that's, you're reaching 3 types of people. Some people like to read, some people like to listen, and some people like to watch. People who like to read, blog posts. People like to listen.
Say that again.
Blogs. People like to read, they're gonna read our blog posts. People like to listen are gonna listen to podcasts. People like to watch are gonna tune into YouTube. So those are 3 different means or mediums to reach people: the written medium, the audio medium, and the video medium. And social media is basically, social means connection. And media, I mean, we know what media is traditionally: print, radio, video. The new media, 21st century media, is no longer print, radio, video. It's blogs, podcasts, video. The exact same things. One replaces the other, right? Newspapers have been replaced by blog posts or online articles or e-zines. Radio has been replaced by podcasts.
Yeah.
Newer cars, you can just listen to podcasts. It's all built in, right? Apple Play, etc. Tesla's Tesla Play. YouTube TV, right? TV is being replaced by YouTube, right?
Yeah.
3 traditional medias, 3 new medias. There's also something called SEO. SEO. Yeah, Sam, Elephant, Orange. SEO. Yeah. What it stands for is Search Engine Optimization. SEO. Search Engine Optimization. What that means is, where do you rank on Google, on the search engines?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
When people search support group Kitchener, support group Sardia, support group
Mount
Forest,
Forest.
Mount Forest, right? What are they going to find? Are they going to find Recovery Canada? Are they going to find Alcoholics Anonymous, Smart Recovery, the CMHA, Community Mental Health Association? So what are they going to find when they do searches on Google? That's not the only search engine.
No.
There's the Facebook search engine. People do the Facebook searches, right? There's like Amazon. When people do Amazon searches on recovery books, are they going to find Dr.
Yeah.
Lowe's books, right?
Yeah.
So there's all these different search engines, and our goal is to be on the top of each one,
Yeah.
or if not the very top, as close to possible as the top 2 or 3, right? So making sense so far? Those are digital ways.
Yes.
One comment I would
Yeah,
make,
go ahead.
there's 2 Recovery Canadas and there's 2 Recovery Internationals.
What?
On Facebook?
Yes.
Yeah, so the reason is because there was another person who created the Recovery Canada Facebook page, but the last posting on that was 2020.
No, I'm talking totally different organization.
Oh, which one are you referring to?
It's addiction recovery.
Oh, yes, that has
Oh,
popped up,
yeah,
yeah.
there was
I've seen that.
Recovery called
there.
Recovery
I've seen
Canada,
that.
And there's one in the United States called Recovery International, and I think it's some, I haven't looked into it too much. I think it's more based on like faith-based recovery, but I'm not, don't quote me on that.
Okay.
It's a don't-
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like Celebrate Recovery, that's
Yeah, there's-
faith-based.
We call it like RI, I think that's sort of how they're going now,
Okay.
call it RI.
Well, you wanna get onto the search engine on various search terms, or they call keywords. So the keyword, you gotta think, what are the best keywords, right? Like mental health support groups.
Yeah.
What are people when they're depressed or anxious or going through a time? If they're going through a divorce, they're gonna look for divorce support groups or breakup support groups, right?
Yeah.
So can we rank when people search for those terms, or like cancer, someone would say cancer, right? Like cancer support groups, or any kind of mental health support groups, right? So like just think of different keywords that we can rank for. And the way you rank for them is basically by posting content about it, right? Posting content on things like blogs or social media posts. So the more content with those keywords, the more likely it's going to be found in search engines. Make
So how
sense?
do you find the best keywords?
That's a whole science in itself.
Yeah.
So there's obviously, you gotta just think of, like the person who's on the computer, what would you write? If you were depressed, alone, on the verge of suicide, what would you write?
Depression support.
Suicide support group.
Yeah.
Or how to get help when I'm feeling like suicidal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those kind of keywords, like how to, when you're on YouTube, what do you search for? Like how to
Yeah.
cook lasagna or how to do something, right?
Yeah.
So just think of the keywords that the person could be searching for. So you gotta be creative, right?
Yeah, how to stop being sad.
Might be anxious.
Anxious, how to
You know,
stop.
when
Definitely.
there's
Yeah, anxious, and you have to think of synonyms as well, right?
Yeah.
So like anxious, nervous, afraid, apprehensive, tense, desperate, stressed. You know, stress is a big one in a modern age society, right? So like stress support groups, right? Because you know our tools here, what we're doing in our groups, they're helping in many areas, right?
Yeah.
They're helping. You know, we can have better marriages. We can be less stressed out. We can be more healthy. We can exercise better. Put more,
Postnatal
right?
syndrome, for instance, right?
Pardon me?
If you have postnatal,
Depression.
Yes, postpartum
Postpartum
depression.
I
depression.
put groups for stress and Recovery Canada did not come up, or Recovery International.
So I want to just go on to those 5
okay.
non-digital ways or physical ways of marketing, and then we can go into more of a question and answer if we have time.
So what
So-
about number 3, right?
Yeah, so the top 5, once again, things like social media, you know, email lists, blog posts, podcasts, YouTube. I didn't mention, but like meetup.com and
Yeah.
eventbrite.com.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
Eventbrite.
Eventbrite, B-R-I-T-E.
Yeah.
That's basically a place where people search for events.
B-R-I-T-E.
Yeah, so Angela in the US, she mentioned they have used Eventbrite, they do use Meetup in Western Canada with Billy. We do meetup.com as well, we have our groups listed on there. So you can go to meetup.com and just create events for your local chapters.
Yeah, we did that in Ontario.
And again, use all those keywords when you create the meetup, right? More of those keywords, the better, like the how to get over depression, how to be less anxious, etc. You know, things like podcasts is big, and also like when people search for like Kindle and PDF, like will they find Dr. Lowe's resources, right? So we gotta like do that. You know, in Amazon.ca, when people search, are they gonna find Recovery Canada resources? When they search on Facebook, are they gonna find Recovery Canada? When they search on LinkedIn, are they gonna find Recovery Canada, right? So
CBT,
in all those platforms, yeah, when they search for CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, PTSD, right? Like, are they gonna find Recovery Canada? So the goal is to be found when people search. So we're attracting, instead of like going out and searching for them, they find us because we're already ranked in all these different places. Cool? Okay, I'm just gonna go through these 5 ways to market ourselves. You know, physical strategies or like offline methods. So we have all the swag here, right? Like amazing swag. You know, obviously if we're using these kind of things in our offices, in our workplaces, if we're just using it at home, well, we could be on Zoom and we could be drinking on these cups, right? in any Zooms, we could just be, and it'll show up in the Zooms, and it's a very attractive mug, right? And even if it has a logo or some kind of, if you're wearing a baseball cap or a logo, right? So on all your Zooms, wear recovery shirts. I know like Billy's the king of this. He's always wearing recovery stuff, right? So wear your recovery stuff, get your t-shirts, your sweatshirts, your bumper stickers we heard about, right? Your car skins, we have bookmarks, we have pens, right? So just make sure you have one of the recovery pens all the time. So whenever you're doing anything, you always have something recovery related. Even your car keys, you could have a recovery car key thing. You could have like a sticker on your phone, right? Phone case, Recovery Canada phone cases, and you want to get one.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
There you go.
Oh, have your sticker.
By next conference, we'll all have our Recovery Canada phone cases.
Yeah.
You know, wearing this kind of bag, right? When you're walking around and just wearing that. When I'm going to be on the airplane, right, back to Vancouver, I'll wear the shirt and then people will see the shirt, right?
Yeah.
People are just lined up in the airport and they'll be reading stuff.
Yeah,
So
that's
just wear
true.
your
We
stuff.
are in the airport.
Have-
Donna and I went into restaurants and people have asked us to
Yeah.
mention the shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the more swag, the better. And then get our swag on Amazon and all the different places you can buy swag.
Yeah.
So if we go on Amazon to see it, can we buy this stuff, right? So we can look into getting that stuff sold on the Recovery Canada website, but also on places where people buy stuff, like Amazon.
Could be,
Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace.
Mhm.
We have already heard about, things like posters and stuff. We can put them on bulletin boards all over the place. Like obviously here, University of Western Ontario, the other colleges, campuses, libraries, community centers. I was thinking about even immigrants. A lot of immigrants are coming to Canada. They're very lonely. They need support, right? So reaching that group of people to different immigrant services societies. So in like Vancouver, I know like quite a few of them. There's like Mosaic and ISS and a whole bunch of them. So again, going to where people need mental health support, right? Billy's quite good with like all these Aboriginal places, like sweat lodges and stuff like that, right? So people need mental health support everywhere, so we just have to get in front of them, right? Of course, these printed books, all these printed books, I would suggest you can give them as gifts for birthdays, for like Secret Santas, Christmas presents, but also those new cards. Yeah, I would love that if someone gave me that for like Secret Santa, right? And those books are modern and unique and cool, whereas the books, they seem quite old school and people might not gravitate to them as much as those cards.
Yeah.
So I really think the cards are a great way of marketing. Yeah.
What if we, donated some of these cards to the schools, but
Absolutely.
put
To
them up
teachers.
every day. Today, let's practice.
Yes.
And
A daily
endorsing
spot.
ourselves.
Yeah.
For striving for excellence. That just came up to me.
Yeah. So we could have a budget for giving those
I
gifts,
could
right?
Do a
To
self.
Striving for
strategic
averageness.
places
What's
that
that?
we use.
Striving for averageness.
Yeah.
Take a selfie with a card and put it on your Facebook page.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, great idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could put it on your Facebook page, or just put the card itself, right? Like a
Yeah.
digital version of those cards directly as your
Is there a
daily
digital
spot.
version?
I don't know. That's an Angela
Put
question.
your phone and upload it.
Yeah.
Say that again?
Oh,
Is there a digital version of those spot cards?
It's-
Or are they just physical cards? Is there a digital version of
physical.
those?
I have
I think,
physical cards.
Angela,
Yeah.
I will
So yeah, if we can get a digital version of those, obviously we can post
That would
those.
be
You know
awesome.
what he just said that sparked something in me? We could do greeting cards. Like
Greeting,
note
yeah, yeah.
cards.
Christmas cards.
Yes.
Oh my
Cards.
God, that would be so good.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, so like if you send out Christmas cards, you could have like a recovery version of those Christmas cards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with like a spot or a quote or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the last few minutes, I just want to share a couple last strategies. So if you can get yourself speaking in terms of like speaking in different expos or trade shows or seminars or workshops, because instead of like paying for actual like sponsored table at these events, if you actually ask to be a speaker and they say yes, then it's very strategic just to say, hey, since I'm a speaker, is it okay to have a little area where I can display some of resources and also people can come talk to me. So then instead of paying for $100 or $500 $1,000 sponsor table, you get yourself a free table, plus you get a speaking spot, right? So try to get yourself in front of people so you can speak at different events, right? So think of like some keynote talks that you can give, your testimony, but also something educational, right? Not just a promo, we're not just promoting, promo. We're educating, and when we educate, people will buy. If we sell, they're reluctant to, right? Because there's another saying in marketing, people don't like to be sold to, but they love to buy. You think of the pushy car salesman, right? You don't want to buy from that pushy car, but you're there to buy a car, right? So people love to buy, you know. It's a consumer society, so people love to buy, but they don't want to be sold to. Same with recovery. People need this, but they don't want to be sold to. Yeah.
People like free things.
Yes, they do. They
Free is the
do.
magic word.
Recovery is free.
Come to a free recovery club, recovery club meeting, or Recovery Canada meeting, and once they get value, they're gonna pay. They're gonna give monthly donation, or they're gonna give a one-off donation. But so you don't have to necessarily say you have to pay $5 or $10 or $20 a meeting. Provided for free, that's called freemium. When they get something for free, there's like a premium, so they're going from free and they'll start paying. It'll come naturally because they've been supported, they've been poured into, they're gonna pour out.
There's a spot for that, so we don't demonstrate, we don't sell recovery. we demonstrate.
There you go, love it.
I was just thinking, getting some of those awards.
Not ready.
Yes.
We could also say, take a couple of books and offer a monthly door prize or something to the meeting and just draw and see if
Oh.
somebody maybe will win one of the books or something.
Exactly.
You know, we're not in libraries, and I'm wondering if we could donate books to libraries, like they have an extra book.
Yeah, they accepted books to our
You
library.
know, the problem with that though is,
Yes, that's right. That's right.
if you don't take the book out of the library, after a couple of years, they get rid of it.
Oh,
Because
really?
we did that.
I didn't know that.
We have bought the library books, and if you're not taking it out, it goes into the road sale.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
I just want to share kind of like some kind of closing thoughts in the interest of time. So we do have a Recovery Canada website. We do also have a Recovery Canada page, so I created one a week ago. Go to Facebook and type in Recovery Canada, and you'll find the actual page. So that's like the Canada-wide one, but ideally we'd have like pages per province, like a Recovery BC, Recovery Ontario, right? So if we can find the right person in Ontario, we could create a Recovery Ontario page, and in BC, of course, I could help with that because I'm based in Vancouver. We have the Recovery International page, we have a Recovery Canada page, so then the next step would be going regional and then provincial and then city-based. And that's really learning from what Recovery International does in the US. They have the international page, but they also have like Recovery Sacramento, Recovery San Diego, Recovery Los Angeles. So they have like strategic, the regions that have a high concentration of people, they'll have pages for those. We also have like a Recovery Leaders group chat, which I created as well. Some people on there.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, you are on there as well. A few people on there. So that's another way we can keep connecting on Facebook. Recovery Leaders group chat.
Where do you
Yeah.
go to get?
Yeah.
We can add you. We can add you to that. Lynn can help add people. You can add her, right? Yeah. So we'll make sure everyone gets added to that Recovery Canada Leaders group chat. Yeah, hello. So the next speaker I think has arrived, so, and then Billy's gonna be speaking, but what I wanted to share, like, you know, I'm gonna be here the rest of the day, so I'd like to talk like one-on-one during the breaks and during the dinner, and really find out about your chapter, and then think of strategic ways. So come up and approach me, I'll approach you during the breaks. So as we close off, any final questions or any final thoughts?
No questions, cause it's time, but I wanna thank you very much. That was
Absolutely.
awesome.
That was really
Yeah.
awesome.
Welcome.
Really good. Lynn?
Thank you for inviting me to the conference, dude. Thank you.
To the Facebook thing?
The chat.
Can you add?
Leaders
that to the
chat.
leaders chat?
Okay,
Send you what?
I think you're on.
Say it again?
there's coffee and
Oh, good.
all I've done since I got here is eat.
I know.
I bring everything, I bring everything.
Oh my God.
You're on there, you're on there. If you go to your messenger,
Okay.
go to your Facebook Messenger, you'll see it.
But you'll see.
You have your phone on you?
It's all on
Here, so
I have it on
it's
airplane.
her brochure.
Okay, but if you go.
You're
you don't wanna-
welcome.
Yeah, just whenever you're, just go to your messenger, and you'll be added on there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I thought about that.
No, this is something
I thought
else.
about that, put on different age bands.
That's who I just added, yeah.
Yeah.
And here it is.
That's a
I
good
thought
idea.
about that. Here it is.
Okay, so, so where is it?
Okay, I'm going to try a different kind of cookie.
Talk to her with her grandkids.